Hi guys, welcome to the Saucy Chefs channel today. Today I'm going to show you how to make my 10-minute flatbread. So easy to make and really super tasty. Great to serve with Indian food instead of naan bread, or with any dips such as guacamole, hummus, salsa. Really lovely recipe and so simple. So the ingredients you're going to need are a cup of flour, plain flour. It's about 8 tablespoons, and what I've done is I've mixed half and half white flour and wholemeal. You can do all white, all wholemeal, you can use chickpea flour, but I find this is the best one to use, is a 50-50 mix of white and wholemeal. So I'll put these into the mixing bowl first of all, and then what we need, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This is the raising agent in this bread, which is why it's so quick to prepare, and a teaspoon of salt. So those go into it. And just before we start mixing, I'm going to switch this frying pan on. It's a non-stick stone-based frying pan and works perfectly to cook these flatbread in. So just let me switch this on for 1 second. There we go. And that can start getting up to heat. Okay, so just 1 second. Mix these together now. So like I said, in the bowl we have the flour, baking powder and salt. And the binding agent today is going to be natural yoghurt. So I'm going to add, first of all, about 3 tablespoons of natural yoghurt. You can use Greek yoghurt, whatever, so long as it's not flavoured. Okay. So then we're going to start mixing this together. Could be we need a little bit more. What you want to end up with is a soft pliable dough that isn't sticky, basically. And to start bringing it together you need to do a sort of squeezing action like this. And what we want to end up with the dough and a clean bowl. So let's just see how this goes. We don't add any water or anything to this, it's literally the binding agent is just the yoghurt. We're going to need a little bit more. A little bit more yoghurt. There we go. And I'm hoping that should be about right. You don't want it too soft, so this makes about 4 8-inch flatbreads. And they're fabulous. They don't actually go very hard. You know, if you leave naan bread, if you've had an Indian or something like that, and it goes sort of really hard a bit later or the following day, this tends to stay, you know, reasonably pliable. And you can also grill it as well to heat it up. So, very good. A little bit of kneading required here, not too much. Still think I'm going to need just a little bit extra yoghurt. There we go. And what I do, it's not absolutely necessary, it's a sort of optional thing, but when I've rolled the flatbread out, I apply a garlic butter that I put fresh coriander in to one side, and it just gives such a lovely flavour. So, completely optional if you want to do it, but I'd give it a try because it's so nice, really. Right, this is looking about right now, because you don't want it too sticky. So there we have a lovely clean bowl and a nice dough. So a little bit of flour onto the work surface to start with, so we can give it a little bit of a kneading. That's perfect. Just a really nice pliable dough. Okay. Just give it a little bit of working to get the gluten in the flour active. And with regards to your pan, you want it hot when you put the flatbread in, but not smoking. So I can feel it's very hot now. I'm just going to take that off the heat 1 second, so it just doesn't overheat. Right, so now I'm going to roll it into a ball, and then we cut it into 4 different pieces, like so. Okay. And then if we start on the first flatbread, The best thing to do to get a good circular flatbread once it's rolled is to roll it into a ball to start with, like so. And then I've got my rolling pin here, give that a little light flouring as well. You want to roll it out reasonably thinly. Apply more flour to the rolling pin here. That's better. Sticking a bit to the work surface, just put a little bit more flour under there. One more roll this way and I think we've got it. Okay, just going to put the melted butter into the microwave for about 30 seconds. Put the pan back onto the heat, make sure it's nice and hot. In the meantime we can be rolling the other portions into balls. Like so. You don't need any oil or anything in the frying pan, by the way, you just literally dry fry them. Okay, so here we have the melted garlic butter with some coriander. Smells delicious already. Just a thin coating on the work surface, on the flatbread here. And then straight into the pan, butter side down. They take about 2 to 3 minutes either side to cook. And what you start to notice, first of all, is bubbles will appear. I'll show you in a second. Might as well start rolling the second one out. So you repeat the procedure with each one of these. Like I said, 2 to 3 minutes either side. And what you want to end up with is brown patches and it looking like the flatbread is cooked completely through. And as you can see from this here, we've already started to get bubbles rising. It still won't be completely cooked on the one side, so we need to turn it over. This one is about rolled out how we want it. And again, we apply some of the garlic and coriander butter. Take a look in a second at how the flatbread's doing. The bubbles are just starting to come up now, so I'm going to take a look at this side and see whether it's time for turning. That looks perfect, so I'll flip it, and that's what you should be looking for, guys. It looking like that, and it'll need the same amount of time on the other side, and then we'll transfer it into a bread basket. So what I'll do, I'll carry on with all these, same procedure with each one of them, 2 to 3 minutes either side, and I'll see you when all 4 are cooked. So we've now got the last one just going into the pan. Always butter side down to start with. Bubbling up already there, you can see. It is good to have the pan hot to start with for sure. And you know, you can make these the day before, put them in a sealed container, and they're perfectly fine the following day. It's looking about ready to turn. Can we see, guys? So keep it on that heat to make sure both sides are well cooked. Try it with my lovely hummus recipes. You'll find them on my channel, and this goes perfectly well with my homemade hummus. But also, like I said, alongside any Indian dish, you know, I'll show you how to make the yoghurt and mint dressing that it so often accompanies Indian food, and it's delicious just with that on its own. You just check the other side now to see whether that's about a little bit longer. So you don't want them crispy, obviously. You want them sort of little crispy bits and brown bits on them, but with a flexible consistency. Okay, so have a look at that. That's looking cooked now. So into the bread basket. Just look at that, guys, now. Beautiful homemade flatbread. I'm just going to try a little corner of one here as well. Absolutely yummy. So if you've enjoyed watching the video today, guys, please like and share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.